Hi, my dear children. Welcome all of you to my YouTube channel. Children, today I'm going to continue the next part in our inequality lesson. Okay, to do so, let us do the exercise 21.2. 21.2. In the first question, Roman number 1, let us see what we have to do. In the first question, solve each of the following inequalities and write the integral solutions. So let us see how we are going to write answers for the Roman number 1. You have to close this number 2 and write down the remainings. X is greater than 6. Now this number 2, it is a positive value. When it goes to the other side, it will be a division. So we can write x is greater than 3. So the integral values are, we can write x is greater than 3 means 4. We can write 4, then 5, 6, 7. So it is easy as you can see, but in here, if they have asked us to write the set of integral values, then we have to put double brackets. Okay, let us consider another question. This time I am going to choose Roman number 3. Minus 5x is greater than or equal 10. Now again, you can close the minus number 5 and write down the remaining. X is greater than or equal 10. Then minus 5 goes to the other side. I hope all of you remember. Minus 5 goes to the other side. Then it is a negative value. This inequality mark changes to this side. So we can write minus 5. So if you know already, then you can change at once when it moves to the other side. Now it is easy. We can write that x is less than or equal minus 2. So what are the integral values in here? Less values than minus 2, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Likewise, it may continue. Here we can use minus 2 because there is an equation mark. So let us do another question. So here, this time chose Roman number 7. So again we can close this number 4 and write down the remaining. X is greater than or equal minus 2. Then this 4 goes to the other side. It will be a multiplication. So we can write that x is greater than or equal minus 8. So what are the values which is greater than minus 8? So we can write in a double bracket. We can include minus 8 because there is an equation mark. So minus 8, minus 7, minus 6. Likewise, it may continue. So you know that in a straight line, in a number line, when you move on to the right side, there will be greater values. So you have to imagine a straight line. And write down the values which is on the right side. Okay, let us do another question. This time I am going to choose Roman number 8. Minus 2x divided by 3 less than 4. But in here I am going to use this minus mark to 3 to make you understand something. So here I want to teach you this part, that when minus 3 goes to the other side, it will be a multiplication. But you know that when minus 3, when a negative value moves to the other side, that means when we multiply an inequality by a negative value, or when we divide an inequality by a negative value, the mark change, the inequality mark change. Therefore, I can write that by closing minus 3, 2x. Now I know that minus 3 goes to the other side, it will be a multiplication. Therefore, I can change this mark to this side and write 4 into minus 3. 4 into minus 3. So now I can write 2x is greater than minus 12. Now again I can close number 2 and write down the remaining x is greater than minus 12. When this 2 goes to this side, you know it will be a division. So we can write x is greater than minus 6. Now you can imagine the number line and what are the value which is greater than minus 6. So we can write the integral solution as minus 5, minus 4, minus 3. Likewise, it may continue. So here, my dear children, I want to tell you something. You have to remember this thing. When an inequality is multiplied or divided by a negative value, this inequality mark change. So that is only the you have to remember. So the only part in this lesson is to remember when you multiply an inequality or divide an inequality by a negative value, so the mark change. Okay, dear children, now let us consider the second question. Solve each of the following inequalities and represent the solutions on a number line. So, I'm going to use the Roman number 1. So, here also I have to close number 4 and write down the remaining. X is greater than 8. When 4 goes to the other side, you know it will be a division. So, I can write x is greater than 2. Now, to represent on a number line, I have to draw a number line 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 likewise. So starting from number 2, you know that because there is no any equal mark, so I can put a circle on number 2, and now I have to consider x is greater than 2. X is greater than 2 means on a number line, the greater value means on the right side. So I have to shade this number line to the right side. Okay, let us consider another question. So I'm going to use Roman number 3. Minus 3x is greater than or equals 3. Now again I have to close minus 3 by finger and send it to the other side. So you know the rule in here. When a negative value, when we divide an inequality by a negative value, so the inequality marks change. So by closing this thing, I'm going to write x is less than or equal 3, because I know that when minus 3 goes to the other side, it will be a division. So when we divide an inequality by a negative value, so the inequality mark change. So I can write the answer as x is less than or equal minus 1. Now to represent that thing on a number line, I can draw the number line like this: minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So first of all, before I draw the number line, I imagine to which side I should number them. So x is less than or equal minus 1 means to the left side. That's why number it onto the left side. Now because there is an equation mark, we can shade this one minus 1. Then you know to the left side we have to shade the number line to the left side. So as you can see, it is easy. The only thing you have to remember is when you divide or multiply an inequality by a negative value, the inequality mark changes. Okay, let us consider Roman number 6 in the same question. So here we have to close number 6, but it is a positive value. When it moves to the other side, it will be a multiplication. So I can close this part and write down the remaining x is less than minus 1 over 6. Then this number 6 goes to the other side because it was a division. It will become a multiplication. Now 6 times minus 1 minus 6 minus 6 divided by 6, it will be minus 1. So x is less than minus 1. Now to show it on a number line. Now first of all, before I number it, I have to imagine to which part I have to number them. So it should be to the left side from beginning from minus 1. So I would draw it like minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Now because there is no any equation mark, so I have to draw a circle on minus 1. Then I have to shade to the left side because they are less values. So okay, then let us try another question. This time I am going to use Roman number 8. Minus 3x divided by 5 less than minus 1 over 6. Okay, I am going to use this minus mark to 5 to show you something. Because I want to show you that when minus 5 goes to the other side, it will be a multiplication. So I want to remind you that when we multiply an inequality by a negative value, so the inequality mark changes. So now I would close this minus 5. Then I know that this inequality mark change, so I can write down the remaining as 3x is greater than, so I change this mark minus 1 over 6 because I know that minus 5 goes to the other side, it will be a multiplication. So therefore I change the inequality mark. Now I can write down the remaining as 3x is greater than minus minus plus 5 over 6. So here I can write down that. Then I can close again number 3 and write down x is greater than 5 over 6. So when 3 goes to the other side, because it is a multiplication, so it will be a division. So I can write it in here with a multiplication mark. So now I can write x is greater than 5 over 6 times 3, 18. Now to show it in the number line, we have to divide 5 by 18. 5 by 18. So when you divide 5 by 18, so it will be 0.2. Now to represent that thing on a number line, x is greater than 0.2. I can draw a number line like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that 0.2 is in here. Now I can circle that part, circle it, and x is here, it says x is greater than 0.2. So therefore I have to shade to the right side because the greater value are on the right side. So that is what you have to do, dear children. So in this lesson, don't forget that the only thing you have to remember, when you multiply or divide an inequality by a negative value, the inequality marks change. Okay, so you have to practice a lot at home, so you can again and again watch these videos and practice by yourself. Okay, then we'll meet you in another interesting lesson like this in my next video. But don't forget, dear children, you have to subscribe my channel and click the bell icon to receive more and more videos. Okay, then we'll meet you on the next video. Ayubowan all of you.